Let's talk about the Daily Telegraph publishing an article asking why Harry and Meghan have not commented on bad uncle's arrest. Yes, they have, and it's unbelievable. Yeah, for the life of me. So this is a publication that attacked Harry for every word he's ever spoken. The publication that called him a traitor for his book. The publication that accused him of destroying his family every time he opened his mouth. And the publication is now asking, why are they staying quiet? I need you to understand what's happening here. So for 5 years, Harry and Meghan have been told to shut up and not talk. They've said that nobody wants to hear from them. You left, so be quiet. Stop airing dirty laundry. Stop giving interviews. Stop writing books. Stop speaking publicly about anything related to the royal family. And they have obliged. In fact, I know that Meghan has not said a single word about that family since the Oprah interview because, quite frankly, she doesn't care, and I don't blame her. And that was the message relentlessly from every corner of the British media. In fact, if they breathed too wrongly. If they walked too... everything they did was wrong. And now that Prince Andrew has been arrested, the same media is now asking, why won't they comment? But I do love the comment sections because the comment sections, people are dragging the media. And in fact, many people are also saying that the media is very, very complicit in all the mess that's happening right now to the royal family. And one commentator perfectly captured it. And they said that the Sussexes are damned if they do and they are damned if they don't. And that's always been the framework, right? There is no correct action for Harry and Meghan to take. If they speak, it is wrong. If they keep quiet, it is wrong. If they exist, it is wrong. If they breathe, it is wrong. Everything they do is wrong. So let me remind you about what happened when Harry did speak about bad uncle. In Spare, Harry wrote that his uncle's conduct, and he called it shameful. He said that, his uncle was embroiled in an sex scandal and he called it shameful. What Harry did, he put his own name to the observations, and the response from papers like the Telegraph was that he was accused of trying to destroy his family. He was called an attention seeker and he was vilified for even mentioning Andrew at all. So considering Harry was literally the first royal to call out another royal for his actions and was shamed for it, and now the same papers want him to speak, it's unbelievable. Now, the honest thing is that the media doesn't really care what Harry does. They will attack him regardless. We know that. Speaking is betrayal. Silence is suspicious. So there is no position that he can take that will not be framed negatively. But let me ask a different question. I love asking my questions. Why is the Telegraph asking Harry to comment, but not Anne, the sister, not Edward, the brother, and not any of the other royals who have said nothing so far? Like Secret Weapon Sophie Esther. She's not been asked to comment. Why has it got to be Harry? Even his daughters have not been asked to comment. Yes, the daughters, Eugenie and Beatrice, they've not been asked to comment. So no one is writing articles about why Princess Anne hasn't commented. No one is questioning Edward's silence, and no one is demanding that the actual working royals, right, the ones still in the fold, the ones that the people still approve of, they are not asking that they address their brother's arrest. Just Harry, the one who left, the one who they spent years telling to be quiet. Now, the Telegraph's article actually references Harry's comments in Spare as though they prove something, as though his previous willingness to speak then means that he's got to speak now. But when he spoke in Spare, he was punished for it. So why should he speak again? And why would he give that hateful media another opportunity to twist his words and use them to attack him? Now, Harry and Meghan, as we know, they've built a platform that focuses on protecting children. The Archwell Foundation does a lot of work around mental health and does a lot of work on supporting really vulnerable young people. And Archwell is about creating positive change. So they do not need to comment on Bad Uncle to demonstrate where they stand when it comes to child protection, because their work speaks for itself. Meanwhile, the institution that protected Andrew for decades is releasing statements about deepest concern. Note that word, concern. I think that's got to be the word of the century, right? And the royals who enabled him to, they're carrying on, right? So the same royals that the Telegraph is not asking to comment, these royals are carrying on as normal. So they're going to fashion shows, they're taking holidays, half-term holidays, 6 miles down the road from where Bad Uncle was arrested. And the media that ignored the warning signs, the media that told us his nickname was Randy Andy and Air Miles Andy, that same media that ignored the signs for years is now pretending to care. Pull the other one. And they want Harry to now say something. No, thank you. And his silence is saying, not my circus, not my clowns. His silence is saying, I left for a reason, sayonara. His silence also says, I told you so. And I told you so when I wrote Spare. And you attacked me for it. And his silence, in my opinion, is very eloquent because it speaks volumes as to who he is. So the Sussexes, they removed themselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and psychologically from that family. They moved 6,000 miles away and they built a separate life. And they have been told repeatedly that they are no longer royals. In fact, everyone, they're not royals. So why do you want them to speak now? Why? So when their family now faces its worst crisis in modern history, they shouldn't weigh in. And the media that wants them to weigh in is being very disingenuous. And Harry and Meghan, as we know, they owe nobody nothing, especially the British media. They owe the royal family nothing. They especially owe nothing to the institution that drove Meghan to suicide ideation, stripped Harry's security, and protected Bad Uncle for decades. So yes, their silence is appropriate in my opinion. Their silence is the behavior of people who have truly moved on. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, please. My name's Elizabeth. I'm the author of The Luxpreneur. And for more insights like these, please like, share, comment, and follow me. And to support my work of holding truth to power, please consider buying me the biggest cup of coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Elizabeth Solaru, or you can pick up a copy of my book, The Luxpreneur, from Amazon, Waterstones, or Barnes & Noble.